in Mayfair, where Raymond Blanc has just given a speech on how to deliver great service. So as part of that, we've spoken to several operators attending today to see what their top service secrets are.
There are so many of them, but actually they end up not being a secret. It's really, for me, the top secret is really engage your customer. Not your customer, your guest, because you are the host and he's a guest. So just make sure he's the happiest person on earth. And you can succeed in doing that.
Friendliness. I think attitude for me is everything, in the kitchen and in the restaurant. When you have somebody who you can see and you can feel they care, they have a good intention, they want to please you, they want to give their best, then it's something it's like electricity, you know, you go through the air and you get to you, you know. And I think that's in the kitchen, in a restaurant, is very important.
The one top tip for good service would be observe and anticipate. I feel, you know, that's half the battle won if people can just look and keep an eye contact in the room and see what's going on, who might want something. And you know, it might sound very complicated, but actually it does boil down to that basic of observing and anticipating what somebody could be looking for. So if somebody has come in and, you know, so fishing through their pockets and can't find their glasses, if somebody could go up to them and offer them a set of reading glasses to choose from, or if somebody is on their own waiting for the guests to arrive and just not quite sure what to do with themselves and offering them a newspaper to read, I think that's brilliant, you know. And that, you know, the anticipation and observing is, I think, the top secret to service.
I think the most important thing at a restaurant like the Ledbury is to keep it low-key, very friendly service. I think people these days, you know, vote with their hearts when they go to a restaurant. They vote for somewhere where they feel comfortable and relaxed, and you know, they walk in, they don't feel like they have to sit up straight. They don't feel like they develop a relationship quite quickly with the waiters. We allow them to do what they want to do. If people want to swap things on the menu, I think it's really about being flexible. And lots of customers come down into the kitchen and try and just sort of form a relationship, especially with your regular customers. You know, great restaurants are made up of great customers and great staff, and it's really important to get that bond together, keep that tight. So when people think about where they want to go, you want to sort of give them no choice. That they don't want to take a risk going somewhere else. They want to go to the place they already know. They know they're recognised, looked after, and they feel important. You know? I had a customer send me an email yesterday and said, it's maybe been 50 times in the last 3-4 years, and he sent me an email yesterday saying, every time I come to your restaurant I no longer feel like a customer, I feel like an honoured guest. You know, and I think that's important to sort of, you know, recognise your customers like that and don't just treat them like everybody else, you know.
Many have likened a restaurant's dining room to a stage where the art of service strikes similarities to a performance, with some critics claiming the theatre of dining is in danger of overshadowing the food. But isn't theatre all just part of delivering good service?
Indeed, yes. And so long as theatre and the food and the drink and the service is all contributing towards creating an experience that the customer wants or is expecting from them, it's all a component to it. It's about understanding what brings people in. So there are times when people are looking for just a discreet genie-style service where you don't notice anything and everything just comes on and happens on time, the kind of theatre that way. And that could be right for a time. There could be a time when somebody is coming out for a fun night out and looking for a bit of theatre and interaction and a bit of fun and a bit of joking and a bit of rapport with the waiter, and you know, to adapt yourself to what a customer is looking for or what your concept is out to offer. I think that understanding that balance is the key.
Well, you know, theatre, I'm not sure. You know, for me, it's more, I will go the opposite. Discretion is better. I think this, you know, is like on the plate, putting 20 ingredients to be impressive, or putting 3 which are perfect. I prefer 3 perfect. And I think in service it will be a correlation then. I mean, you know, if you do simple things very well with good intention, then this is luxury, this is finesse. adding up. For me, it's makeup. You know, it's just trying to be different by adding and being bigger and more expensive than the other. That's my view.
Yeah, I think it is important actually, to a certain element. I mean, I've been to restaurants where the element of theatre is, frankly, it's a bit of a gimmick, and that's okay. But long term for a business to operate, I don't think a gimmicky sort of thing that you might do at the table, you know, I don't think it's good for a long-term plan for your business. So I think the sense of theatre is great, but it has to be like natural, not forced. And you know, customers, I like to do a few little bits at restaurant, like maybe show like a piece of deer on the bone smoking in Douglas fir, or a piece of a beetroot that were baked in clay, and then it gets smashed at the table, explain what type of beetroot, scrape back, comes back to the kitchen, we take a slice off it and serve it. You know, I think that's okay. But when people start going the next step forward and starting to introduce, or they're not competent like someone like Heston at doing it, and they try and start doing these Mickey Mouse sort of things, then people sort of see through it. And once they've seen it once or twice, they're like, nah, you know, that's it. So I think you have to be very careful about, you have to judge where your restaurant is in the market, what your reputation's built on, and not try and make it gimmicky. Because if it becomes gimmicky, customers get bored of it. It has to be real, you know?